5 years from now, you will be the same person you are right now, except for two things: the lessons you learn and the relationships you make. Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones was a motivational speaker in the US several decades ago in the style of a Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn. And I think this is a powerful reflection. You're going to be the same as you are today, except for two things: lessons and relationships. I recently saw this quote quoted on LinkedIn by a friend of mine, David, and it stopped and made me think about this concept. And Charlie Jones, when he talked about the lessons you learn and the relationships you make, one of the things that he really made an emphasis on is you need to actively learn the lessons and actively engage in the relationships. That it's not enough to passively learn and passively wait for relationships to come into your life. What Charlie was pushing people to do is actively decide what lessons you need to learn and actively read books, go to courses, get involved, get coaching, but you decide what lessons you want to learn and then expose yourself through books, through courses, through YouTube videos to how these ideas can begin to play a role in your life. And the second, actively engagement with relationships. You don't just passively wait for a networking event to come up and see who comes to speak to you, but through LinkedIn, through YouTube, through business schools, through alumni organizations, you start to get a sense of who are some people that I would actively like to pay attention to how they are in the world. And for me, many years ago, I began a habit of meet one new person every week. And for me, it came out of moving to Spain. And 23 years ago, when I moved to Spain, I knew nobody. I didn't even speak the language. And I remember Sandra said to me, "Conor, meet one new person every week. If you want to make something of your life in Spain, you need to take this seriously. You need to actively get out and decide that you will meet one new person every week." And that habit has been part of my life for 23 years of actively deciding month after month, week after week, who would I like to get to spend some time with, watch how they handle themselves. In Vistage, the organization that I have the privilege to lead in Spain, one of the things that I will say to all of our leaders is you learn Vistage by osmosis. You learn how to act, how to be as a chair, as a member, not through the textbook, not through the content, but by being around other great chairs, other great members, and watching how they handle themselves, watching how they handle themselves when they're confronting a problem, watching how they handle themselves when they're in a hard, challenging conversation. And it's more valuable, the osmosis, that just being around and seeing how they handle themselves, seeing how they organize their day, seeing how they process their day, can be so much more valuable than looking at the textbook and just reading the lines in the textbook. So for me, the reflection here is be active, be deliberate in these two areas. What lessons are you seeking to learn? And then find the books, find the courses, find the YouTube videos. What type of people do you want to have exposure to, and actively let yourself be in a place where you can allow them to show how they are to you. So with this, your life will be the same 5 years from now, except for two things: the lessons you actively choose to learn and the relationships you actively choose to create in your life. Again, thank you for your likes, your comments, your questions. I had a guy come up to me today in ESA saying, "Wow, I've been following you for a year." So Gabby, if you're watching this video, thank you for that moment this morning at ESA. Have a great one.